The CEO of Rehab United Sports Medicine Physical Therapy. He opened his company in 2003 with his brother in a garage, I understand, but he'll tell you more about that. What he found was, while the company was growing and doing some things nicely, he wasn't running the company was running him. And he took stock in it, made some changes, did some things differently, and he's completely revamped how it goes. He's running the company now instead of the company running him. And Bryan, in that process, you had some key insights and a few key learnings. Is there something you could share with the group here that maybe they could take home as a nugget?
First of all, thank you for this award. It means a lot. I want to take you back a little bit just so you guys can kind of see and imagine what got me into my predicament or my demise. So I want you all to imagine your very first garage. So not your current garage, because you're all Vistage members and you have much bigger garages now, but think of your first garage, right, with cracks on the floor, and there's no drywall on the side of the wall and beams over the top. And then there's a file cabinet in the corner that does not have a business plan in it. And then imagine starting a business in it and having people come in to have physical therapy in your garage. So clearly I was the E-Myth model, which is I'm gonna be the provider, the manager, the biller, the collector. I did everything in my business. And therefore, at that time, growing out of my garage into a location and growing that business, we built that business off of purpose and passion and a vision, of course. Never wrote it down, right? And now every decision is on me. And so fast forward years later, what I realize is no one can make a decision at my company because they all wait, pick up the phone. What is Bryan gonna say? Is that a yes or no? So here I am, I'm the bottleneck of my company. And what I realized, not being the bottleneck, but what I realized is how disappointed I was, how unhappy I was in the business. Even, in fact, looking at the business as, should I sell this business? What should I do? And I just wasn't happy. Days I didn't even want to go to work, even though this is something I love to do. So I read a book. I was given this book on recommendation, and if you go to Rehab United on Instagram and Facebook and I'll tell you, if you go like our page, then I'll tell you what book I read. See, I'm working my marketing. But in all seriousness, I was on a business trip to Hawaii, and I read this book and I couldn't put it down, primarily because I was reading about dysfunction and realized, wow, not only are we massively dysfunctional, I'm the problem. And that's, sometimes self-reflection is a hard thing. We're a small business, right? We have now 7 facilities throughout, 6 in San Diego and 1 in Seattle. And what I realized at the time was, wow, none of my leaders, none of my executive team, even my partner, my brother, were all relying on me. And that's not a fun way to run a business. You can't do anything. You can't even go on vacation without your phone ringing 1,000 times. So I'm not sure, you remember your garage, but some of you have experienced that, where even to this day, in your Vistage groups, you're taking calls in the middle of that 8-hour day and stepping out. So when I read that book, I got off the plane, I quickly realized when I got home, I needed to do something about it. And so I first organized a all-executive team meeting, brought in the leaders of our company, and I did the hard stuff. I basically said, I'm the problem, I've created this mess, I'm the dysfunction, so let's first talk about me creating that problem. And then second, what I did, what is the most powerful thing, is I empowered my team. And not just from a decision-making strategy, but letting them make mistakes. Sorry, I cry. I'm a crier. It's emotional because I went through that trauma myself. I experienced it, and what I realized is my team couldn't do anything. And you can imagine being in a leadership position and you can't make a decision for the company. That's a problem. So quickly, we changed because we said to our team, let's go, let's move forward, let's decide together how this business transitions from what we are now to where we want to be. We never lost our purpose, and in fact, during those time frames, as problematic as the company was, we had great culture. We had people that loved working for us. They didn't like the fact that they couldn't do anything about the business. So as soon as you take a step back, and my insight to each and every one of you is to truly recognize that just because we started this, it was our idea, it was our passion, doesn't mean our idea is the best way. And it was hard for me to think that someone else could get us to that finish line if it wasn't done my way. And then I quickly saw how much quicker we could get there, and sometimes how much better the choice was than if I were to make it myself. And so now we have a leadership team that not only believes in the company, believes in the purpose, but when we sit down and talk about the direction we're heading and where we're going, they take stock in it, right? And everyone in this room's probably done the Post-it note deal, and you put the Post-it note up, and as soon as you write something down and put it on a wall, you take stock in it. And it's much better if I have 100 employees taking stock in what we believe in instead of me dictating to them. So, you have to think about this business, Rehab United. Like, clearly we're gonna be massively successful, because think of everyone that started in their garage. Amazon, Google, Harley Davidson. So it's pretty soon that we'll be on the Forbes top 5, okay? So, but a lot of you have started in your garage, and you can't do it forever. In fact, I wanna enjoy going to work, and I wanna enjoy seeing people empowered. And I would highly encourage you to take a step back, analyze, are you the bottleneck in your company? Are you the one getting in the way? And even now I have to remind myself, stop solving their problems. They're capable, and if we give them the tools and the resources that we learned from Vistage, now our team can go home and be proud of what the company's become. So thank you so much, appreciate your time.
Thank you, Bryan.
Hey gang, RU crew, we got some awesome news.
Yeah, we are fully permitted. We are moving along right now. Construction is going every day. The mezzanine is almost done. We're very excited to get your heads around us moving by the end of
May,
Get ready.
we're gonna be in.
Let's pack.